Hey guys, it's Scott Buendia back again with RealisticTrainingWorks.com. I'm going to fix my mic a little bit here. And talking about a message that came in, or a question really, that I saw online. It was basically, are there any legitimate Jeet Kune Do schools in or around Schenectady? Which I don't know, to be honest with you, but the response that came up on Yahoo Answers actually bothered me quite a bit, and I'll read that to you. I'm on a double screen, so this guy says, you got served, LOL. Anyways, Bruce Lee shut down all his skills and he said he doesn't believe in them. How can any of them be legit? Now, if any of you have really studied Bruce Lee's background, you know that he did shut down most of his schools. But what he actually meant when he shut them down was that he didn't believe in teaching in group classes anymore. He only believed in private lessons because it was about the student. It wasn't about a general set of techniques that could be taught to anyone. He needed to individualize the training to that certain person. Let's say you have a person who lost their arm, you're not going to teach them to, let's say it's the right hand and they are a southpaw. Are you going to try and teach them across when they don't have a hand? I don't think so. Now that's an extreme case, but in my own experience of teaching people, for instance, one of the simplest things that always comes up right when they walk in the door is that when they throw a kick, I can automatically tell if they are more suited towards Muay Thai or Savate. And usually that will dictate where I go with them. I will still teach them the other stuff, but it may not be as useful to them as the other half of the art that I could teach them. So I do give them both, but ultimately where they go is up to them, how they express their body, how they do it, and what's best for them. So this is what Bruce meant when he shut down the schools and he took everything one-on-one, which actually got more expensive. If you look in the books about what he was doing at the time, I think the private with Bruce was like $1,000 an hour, which I have to say it was probably worth it, but he wanted to start teaching people individually. The only thing I would have to say about that is that you kind of do need a group class. On top of that, because people fight so differently, it's usually good to get different flavors of different fighters so everybody can look at what they're doing and compare notes. You can take things that the other fighter has done. And myself, I've done that in sparring, and I've taught it to my students, basically the stuff I've gotten from other people. But I think you need both to be good at what you're doing. For instance, like on the ground, everybody feels different, everybody has different moves, so it's just good to be able to go with several people. But in general, if you're learning, you can usually learn it one-on-one, and that's what Bruce wanted. So are Jeet Kune Do schools legit? Yes, but Bruce Lee felt that individual Jeet Kune Do learning, it was probably the best way to go, and that's why I usually only teach 1 to 4 people at a time, because that's just enough people where it's partly a group class and it's partly private instruction, because I can pay attention to everybody in the class. If you want to know more about that, you can go to my website at realistictrainingworks.com, and you can click the school part. I've also got some online courses there. You can go ahead and take a look at those. But as far as JKD schools being legit, as long as they have lineage to Bruce that came from Dan Inosanto, one of the original Chinatown trainees, then you're probably in good hands. So just keep that in mind. All right. Scott Buendia, Dom under Paul Vunak, realistictrainingworks.com. I will talk to you guys later.